As a Philly girl, nothing would make me happier than seeing the Pens not go to the White House and seeing all of the angry Pens fans burning their Penguins jerseys on social media. We have another edition of Drunk Hockey, yay! Now it's like the middle of the day still, I feel really inappropriate doing this. It looks pretty. And I'm drinking because these conversations aren't actually easy. They're uncomfortable. We're gonna talk about how sport and politics never have been, nor will they ever be separate, and why it was wrong for the Penguins to accept the White House invitation. So, let's talk. But talk, I mean drink. In general, sport and culture are closely linked. Almost anything that is linked to culture is also linked to politics. Things that kind of represent how sport and politics and culture are all intertwined. Where we sit in a stadium or what sport we watch are often generally linked to our socioeconomic status. Another thing is that sports have always had their hand in social change. Any argument you have of sticking to sports gets thrown out the window because our president decided that he wanted to interject himself into sports. So when the president gets involved and is tweeting about the NFL, sticking to sports is kind of thrown out the window. I had a bunch of other shit that I wanted to say about sport and politics, but in the interest of time, I'm gonna skip to the next point. Let's talk about why it is wrong for the Penguins to accept the White House invitation. It's not like the NHL is new to social issues. Their partnership with the You Can Play project, the Declaration of Principles, but they opened the floodgates when they put out that statement about why they are going to visit the White House. Going to the White House is inherently political. It shows that there's a tradition that championship teams go to the White House. Sports and politics are combined. The fact that they're talking about this as a tradition shows that there's no such thing as sticking to sports. I got a message. At the very, very best, it's a picture with the Pittsburgh Penguins and President Trump. At the very worst, they have set themselves up to be a part of the presidential propaganda. They have put themselves in that position because he tweeted about it. I'm so happy that the Nashville Predators didn't win the Stanley Cup. Maybe drinking was a bad idea. Maybe we need to drink more. Back to my point about going to visit the White House as a championship team. When you're saying you're staying in line with tradition, don't pretend that this is just like every other year, because it's not. You should really reevaluate what you're saying and what you're actually condoning when you do this. And do you know why? Because not that long ago, the NHL set out this whole big PR movement called the Principles of Hockey. And I think we should review them because guess what? They're in pretty much direct contrast. They're actual words about the importance of sport. We believe every leader of the sport has the responsibility to inspire stakeholders in an effort to deliver a positive family hockey experience. Hockey participation offers family values beyond making an individual a better player or even a better athlete. The game of hockey is a powerful platform for participants to build character, foster positive values, and develop important life skills. These benefits are available to all players, desirable to every family, and transcend the game. They f***ing said it themselves that it transcends the game. So you mean to tell me that going to the White House with a person who can't even say that Nazis are bad is really in line? You really mean that? But you know what? We're not done. I'm gonna look at some of the actual principles. Let's just break down a couple. Number 7, shall we? Here's what it says. There is great value in all forms of hockey, both on and off the ice. The NHL is expressing the importance of the actions that are made both on and off the ice. Like when you go to the White House for a president who says it's okay to grab a woman by the pussy without her consent. Point number 8. All hockey programs should provide a safe, positive, and inclusive environment for players and families, regardless of race, color, religion, national origin, gender, age, disability, sexual orientation, and socioeconomic status. Simply put, hockey is for everyone. I don't know where to start with that because the person that sits there doesn't respect any of that. Hockey is for everyone as long as you're a straight white male from an upper middle class family. The Penguins, and by extension the NHL, said that they respect the office of the presidency. Why should a team in the NHL respect the office of the presidency when it stands in direct contrast of everything that you say you stand for? You want to sit here and tout that you have every team has a You Can Play ambassador, and you take the Stanley Cup to pride parades, and that you have the Declaration of Principles. But when the time comes for you to actually stand up for what you believe in and walk the walk, you're a bunch of cowards. So the fans who want change, we're going to continue to pressure, because you know what? The only thing certain in life is change. And hopefully for the NHL, that change is being able to reach a larger audience. Or that change may look similar to NASCAR, who is struggling to adapt to the current sports climate. So there it is for now. The NHL season is coming upon us very, very quickly, and there will be lots of other things to talk about as well. Cheers, guys. Cheers to hockey. One last time for the people in the back. These protests are not about protesting the flag. They're not about protesting the anthem. They're about protesting systemic racial injustice in America. You can love your country and still ask it to be better.